Shalom, I'm Marie Polochowski, and this is the 60 on the 95, the latest Israel news for teen Israel advocates. Some background is necessary for this next story. In the lead-up to the 1948 Independence War and the 1967 Six-Day War, Arabs living in Israel fled to Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and Egypt in order to make it easier for Arab armies to simply kill anyone in their way in the land of Israel. When the war ended and Israel won, while Israel granted full Israeli citizenship, equal to Jews, to all Arabs who stayed, they obviously didn't let these enemies who fled return. These cowards have called themselves refugees for the last 45 to 65 years, and instead of resettling themselves in their new lands, they've demanded to return to their homes in Israel. The right of return, as it's called, is a claim the Palestinians bring up during peace negotiations with Israel. Yesterday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu explained that accepting the principle of a Palestinian quote-unquote right of return is a complete non-starter for Israel. These comments came in response to a Chinese news report that United States Secretary of State John Kerry proposed to Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas that he agreed to Israel's allowing into the country some 80,000 Palestinian refugees as part of a final peace agreement. On Sunday, in an indication that the refugee issue was really on the agenda during Kerry's talks here, Foreign Minister Avigdor Lieberman told Israel's ambassadors abroad that he would not agree to allow into Israel even one Palestinian refugee. Negotiations between Iran and six world powers on implementing a landmark November deal to freeze part of Tehran's nuclear program in exchange for easing some sanctions have run into problems over the issue of centrifuge research, diplomats said. The dispute over centrifuges highlighted the huge challenges facing Iran and the six powers in negotiating the precise terms of the November 24th interim agreement. If they succeed, the plan to start talks on a long-term deal to resolve a more than decade-long dispute over Tehran's nuclear ambitions. Among the issues to be resolved in political discussions due to begin in Geneva later this week is that of research and development of a new model of advanced nuclear centrifuge that Iran says it has installed. Diplomats reported this on condition of anonymity. Centrifuges are machines that purify uranium for use as fuel in atomic power plants, or if purified to a high enough level, weapons. This issue of centrifuges was among the main factors in stopping the previous technical discussions on December 19th through 21st, a Western diplomat said. This freeze in negotiations calls into question the alleged success of these negotiations in the first place, and how seriously the world must be suspicious that Iran is using these negotiations to buy time as they move closer to acquiring a nuclear weapon. In further testament to Israel's shared values of equal rights and stark contrast to its neighbors' refusal to grant equal rights to women, even to allow them to drive, a decade and a half after the first women graduated from the Israel Air Force's prestigious flight school, the Israel Air Force has opened the skies to pregnant pilots and navigators. In 1995, the first female cadets arrived at the flight school, and since then, the Israeli Air Force has gone quite a ways towards integrating women, says Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Yifat Erlich, the commander of the Israeli Air Force's Flight Medical Unit. There are combat air women now, and their needs must be addressed. Pretty amazing. That's been today's 60 on the 95, the latest Israel news for teen Israel advocates. We hope you'll tune in next time. Have a great day, and let's look forward to peace in Israel. Shalom.